You're willing to change your look. I'm not talking about your physical appearance. I'm talking about the lens which you view life through. Are you willing to change the way that you look at things? Are you willing to change the way that you look at and interpret your past? Are you willing to change the way that you see yourself and others? So many times I think that we are just stuck in these patterns of suffering. So many times we're stuck in these patterns of pain, and we're stuck in these old stories that we can't move past them. We can't move beyond them. We're stuck in this place of stress, of fear, of anxiety, of doubt, and we're just in this vicious circle. So many times our ego is in such charge of our day-to-day that it keeps us attached to all of these things that cause us pain and suffering. And it's as simple as the way that you look at things. It's as simple as the way that you interpret the world that is going on around you. Here's a great example. I have an aunt that I haven't seen for years. And I saw her not too long ago, months back. And we're just chatting and catching up. And she starts going into the story as I'm asking about the family. She starts going into the story about my cousin, my oldest cousin, her oldest son. And, you know, he wasn't there yet at the event that we were having. So I was asking when he was coming and just normal conversation. And she started to go down this rat hole of a story that he wasn't there yet. He was late because he was stuck helping someone. One of the members of the church had called him to help with something that was going on at home. I think it was some mechanical or electrical thing, something to do with the house. He was physically helping her. And then she went on to continue that, you know, that their church doesn't have a pastor right now. So my cousin has been carrying the load of being the pastor for that church. And then there was, you know, a sister church didn't have a pastor, and because my cousin was doing such a great job of leading that church, he was called to the other church to fill in as well. And it was just one thing after the other, and I was thinking, well, that's great. You should be very proud. And so I'm actually articulating this to her. That's great. You should be very proud of your son, that so many people love and respect him, that they want him to lead the church. You should be proud that your son is such an upstanding person that people call him when they need help. Your son is such a phenomenal person. He has such a great message that the people in the church really love and value and respect him. See, in her mind, her son, and in turn herself, both of them had become victims. Victims of what? That's my question. So as we're having this conversation, and I'm lending some dialogue, and I'm literally saying to her, you know, you should be very proud of your son. You should be very proud of what he's accomplished. You should feel honored that people put him on this pedestal. You should feel whatever. You know, you should be very proud. You should feel love and honor and respect for your son, that he's done such great work in the community, that people really value him. And as I'm saying this to her, I can see her facial expression, kind of like what I just did, this thing, right? I could see her facial expression, just either she was just kind of ticked off or baffled by my response. I don't know what it is. But really, my point in telling you the story is that people are so attached to their own stories and to their own pain and suffering that they just don't want to let it go. And a lot of times they don't realize it. And then at the end of the day, they just wonder, why am I so stressed? Why am I so drained? It's because you've enclosed yourself in this bubble, and you refuse to pull your lens off and just view the world with different lens. You want to change your reality, change your lens. You want to change your reality, change your thoughts. You want to change your reality, change the conversations that you're having.